Red class, review for test, unit 4. All right, on your 3x5 card, have these items written down. Have your yes, no. The yes, no is supposed to help. No cursor, that's fine. Yes, no. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Yes, no is you indicating whether or not you're ready for the test or not, but someone else, in theory, should mark your yes with their initials, and you would mark your no if it were a no. And I guess their initials wouldn't be there. Step 1. We're actually going to start middle, bottom, top. And the concept behind that, I wish I had like a thing I could write with. The concept was starting with, let's try A, B, C. The concept of going A, B, C is this thing we've done a lot with the calculators. C we've done with the calculators. A is the easiest one, so let me give you some easy stuff. And then C, he's a little tougher. He's in the middle, so I'm going to see what's going to happen. I can't believe it. In any case, let's do what we're going to do. See what happens. Let's do what we're going to do and see what happens. So step 1, let's see if I can get to. Let's see who's here. This is A. Let's see what we have here for A. Tick, tick, tick. Let's do A. And inequality. Should I do what he wrote? That would be sweet, but they already have that. Those, how are they? Those are like, let me pause until we start. All right, we're looking at numbers and numbers because they don't have numbers. Here it comes. Follow it, see how you feel about it, and then we'll go from there. I'm running to the back of the room to get my thing. Not that it matters because you can't see it. Here it comes. Solve like a regular equation. Inequality symbol just pretends on this side to be like an equal sign. On this side, it does something different. Equal sign, something different. Here it comes. Step 1, subtract 1 from both sides. Of course, you have this with the questions. What am I doing? Oh, just as a reminder, refresher. Second step, divide the 2 on both sides. Is that dude done? Yeah, he's done. Yeah, deal with that. Pause, take a look at it, see what you think. The second one over here, he's going to start off acting like an equal sign until we get to the absolute value bars. You ready for it? Here it comes. Dang it. Here it comes. I'm going to subtract that 1 from both sides just like I did before, so you become an 8. Sure, we'll keep everybody else in black. They already have, so all they got to do is just kick back and divide the 2 on both sides. We want to isolate the absolute value bars. And when I say isolate, of course, that means on one side of the inequality symbol, you have a number. On the other side, it's just the absolute value bar. When you get to this line, there's a special thing you do. Here's a special thing you do. You rewrite. Ooh, watch this. Oh, yeah. You rewrite the problem as is without absolute value bars. What does he mean? X plus 5. I don't know how the algebra said, but this is how I said. The only extra thing that you add is on this side. You add a -4 to start it off. Yeah, take a look at that. Now I'm going to solve this three-piecer. This three-piecer, 1, 2, 3 pieces. This three-piecer all at the same time. Like, what the heck does he mean? He's going to subtract 5 as if it was just the blue stuff. So he'll do -5, like normal. Then with that extra 4, he'll do an extra -5. I wonder how they said it. I'm going to put my answer down below, then I'm going to graph both of them and be done with this version. Here it comes. 5 minus 5 in the middle is 0, so I'm just left with x. Sure, I'll keep it in blue. X in the middle. Here, to the right, I have 5 minus 4, which is a -1. And then over here to the left, I have -4 minus 5, which is a -9. The symbols just fall down. Oh, shoot, this dude is done. Yeah. Get it a little after 8, but whatever. It's happening. All right, let's pause. To the left, x is less than or equal to 4. Step 1, whatever the number is, put a circle on that number. There's a 4, boom, done and done. Step 2, hey, am I going to color in the 4 or leave it empty? Anybody know, color in or empty? Yeah, whenever you have an extra piece, you color it in. That means 4 is included as part of the answers. And then the last part is whatever direction the symbol is, this will also be the tip of your arrow. So you circle that thing, and my arrow has to point to the left. Like, how do I know? Because if I circle the tip of my arrow, you will notice it looks exactly like the symbol that's in between. Now, here we go. If this were a -2 over here, if you divide by a negative, it changes the symbol. It would point in the opposite direction. If you subtract by a negative, it doesn't do anything. Here comes the picture on this guy here. Always start by circling the numbers that you have. There's a -9, so I circle a -9. -1, what do I do at -1? I circle a -1. Once I circle that -1, someone, am I coloring in the -1 or empty? Oh, I did it. Oh, yeah. Good thing I'm recording now. That's sweet. Yes, but you are right. You would color that in. If you were to circle that 1, I probably would give you credit because, you know, it wasn't like you circled a 4 or 17. But yes, you are coloring that in. Circle and color it in. How about the 9? Open or colored in?
Colored in.
Yeah, as long as these extra symbols are there. This guy tells you what to do with this one, and this guy tells you what to do with the -1. This guy tells you what to do with the -9. Once you get your 2 dots, if you do it this format, you automatically know this is a barbell, a dumbbell, it used to be called, and you just connect the dots, just like that, and pause to think about it. Aww. You see that bubble? That's me. You're going to see that bubble. You see this bubble?
Oh.
I'm manually doing this thing. It looks like it's like a champagne bottle. No, no champagne. That's me doing that right there. You see that? All right. And whatever I said about it, you should have been in class. Here it comes. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to redo this problem. Sure. With that symbol as the symbol. So I'm redoing the same problem, but it's going to end differently. The picture is going to look a little different. It's going to be wings. So either you get barbells, if it's less than, or you get wings otherwise. So let's do this fast because they saw the math part, so let's do the math part again. Tick, 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 1, 1, you become an 8. Where are we here? The 5 is still there. X is still there, 2. Divide that 2 on both sides. You wind up with an isolated absolute value problem, and you become a 4. Here's where the magic happens. When it's pointing that way, there's no long string, but you do rewrite, then you do a second problem. Let's see if I can get this done so they can see what I mean. Blue gets to go over there. Red, you'll go over here. What does blue look like? Blue looks exactly alike. X plus 5 greater than or equal to 4. That's no big deal. What does the red look like? The red starts off the same. X plus 5 greater than, nope, you switch the symbol and you make the number negative. Take a look at that for a second. When you watch the video, you can pause it forever, stare at it. You can go get some water, go to the restroom, come back. Not in class. We got to keep moving. So you saw both of these, circle, arrows, you're done. What's he even talking about? Here it comes. -5, x greater than or equal to a -1. Yeah, too low. Over here, -5, we do the same thing. X less than or equal to a -9. Let me pause it so we can look at it. Back on the air. I'm going to circle that. That tells me to do the double, the blue and the red arrow. Final answer, let's see if I can put some bubbles around these things. Can I put like a square? Because I'm like a neat freak, sort of. You can tell by looking at my desk. Here we go. Let's see here. I'm an artist. Here comes. I'm going to circle -1. I'm going to circle -6. Circle those guys. Get ready. Where are you? Where are you, -1? Boom. Yeah, deal with that. Do I color it in or leave it open? Color it in. Yeah, we want to help you. Number 9. Color it in or leave it open?
Color it in. We want to help you.
Boom. There it is. Say your name. You're a star. All right. So watch this. Watch this. The direction that the little symbol is pointing is the tip of the arrow. Deal with that, algebra. I could teach this like in 4th grade, but they wouldn't remember my name, at least 2 of them. In any case, here's what I'm going to do. -1, there you are. Arrow, tip, tip. They look exactly the same. Where are you, number 9? I see you, 9. I see that. So I'm going to draw my arrow so that the tip points in the same direction. Technically, you don't have to put those circles around the tips. I'm doing that to instruct. With that said, let's pause. All right, now looking at video notes 8.4 to make a couple of comments about inverses. But I'll have to pause. They're going to do a lot of stuff with inverses. Take your time, be careful. Most of it's easy, some of it's hard. Let me say the easy stuff so you can get that. They may give you a picture like this with dots on it. Or usually they give you a line, like a curved line or a parabola, something like that. They'll ask you to create a table from the picture. So let me talk about the blue dots. Hey, I gave you a bunch of blue dots. Hey, would you please make a table with the blue dots? But what do? You make an XY table. And you go to each dot and find out its coordinates. Do they have to be in order? They don't. But so I'll say here, this guy, he's like go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, comma, -2. That's what that first dot is. What do? How do I get them onto the table? Well, I do 4, -2. I'm going to do one more dot. The blue is the original picture. Usually they won't put the second picture up there. You have to get the second picture by getting the inverse when given a table, which is way easy. Here's how you do it. You guys can't see me, but I'm doing something cool with my hands. Here's the original picture, my hands, right, left. Hey, Thomas, give me the inverse of your hands. Slow people, slow. Sorry for the recording there. I'm doing some cool stuff. Boom, there's the inverse. Yeah, you just switch them. Now my right hand, some of you can't tell, is now my left. Can you see that? Yeah. Left hand is now my right. Yeah. I'm about to now break my wrist. Yeah. Stop, Thomas, don't break your wrist, don't hurt yourself. Yeah, no, don't worry about that.
Is it going to do it?
Yeah, this is what yeah, all right, in any case, I broke my wrist, but I'm okay. Let's do one more dot. I'm going to do this guy here. He is something 1, 2, 3 on the X. He doesn't even go up and down on the Y, so he's 3, 0. So put this guy in, 3, 0. They gave it to you here on the blue. It's already there in order, but I didn't do it in order. So they'll give you a picture. You need to produce that. Then they say, please find the inverse of the blue box. You will do a red box. Looks the same. How do you do the inverse? Right, left, right. In other words, 42, 24, 30, 3. I just found the inverse. That's the red box. That's some genius. Inverse. And I have a memory, and then I saw it on the video, and so on. 2 minutes before I hand it out. So that's step 1, getting the box. Once you get the box, I say, please graph the inverse. In other words, with the red stuff, put those dots in. -2, 4, where are you? -2, -2, 4. Yeah, sweet. And -2, 4. How about the other guy? 0, 3, where are you? 0, can't go left, right, 3. 0, 3. Boom. Step 1, get blue box. Step 2, get inverse, that's red box. Step 3, please graph inverse, that means put red dots. Okay? Let's find one more inverse thing to do, the real deal. There'll be 4 of these. If you have to miss one on your test, this is the section that I'm okay with you missing it, though I don't want you to. Okay. With that said, let's see if we can find something. Pause. Let's find the inverse on number 7 and number 11G. Here it comes. Let's see what I got here. Tick, tick, tick. Step 1. Don't use its first name. Use its middle name. Its middle name is always y equals. They may already have this. Hopefully they do, and they kick back and just watch it. 2/5 x to the 6th power plus 8. Step 2, we're going to switch the places. So step 1, rename. Step 2, switch the place of the y and the x. I'll keep the y red so you can see that it switched with the x. And now is doing what the x was doing. Where are you here? Nobody else moves, just the x and the y, they switch places. Step 3, solve for y. Isolate y, get y alone. As if it were a loner, but that can lead to violence. So here we go. Subtract the 8 from both sides, leaving it x minus 8. Everybody else stays the same. How about that? 2/5 y to the 6th power. It gets a little tricky. Step 2, I got to get rid of this fraction. I'm in high school, I have no idea how to get rid of a fraction. You flip it and multiply it on the other side. You flip it and multiply it on the other side. But because there are 2 items on the other side in green, you have to protect them with the parentheses. What does it mean? We do 5 over 2, flip it. I should say reciprocal so you get some real words. But to flip it is to get the reciprocal. Let me pause so you can take a look at it. The last part is kind of intense because usually you don't solve stuff that's raised to the 6th power, but the good news is it's just as easy as solving something raised to the 3rd power. To the 2nd power, you do the same move. If there's an exponent, you need to build a house around it to get rid of it. I hate to write on the same line, but I will. When you put that house around it, whatever the exponent is, you put that number outside. So this is to the 6th power. This is the 6th root of that thing. And then I'll do the 6th root on this side. The good news, we don't have to get the final answer. We just need to get the inverse of the equation. He gets that too. What does the final answer look like? Here comes the final answer. 5 over 2, x minus 8. All inside a house. That's to the 6th power. And all that equals this. Let's make that y. Glad so they recognize it. Look at that thing for a second. Let me pause it. The G in the name has to be, what color should I do that G in the name so they can notice that it changed? I'll make it all red that way. Or make it green, make it blue, make it rain. Can you say make it rain in math? I think that's where you have. All right, to do this one here, you put a G in it. Now, I don't know for real. I think I've seen it in context. I don't think it's supposed to be a positive thing. Even though I feel like. All right, let's put in the red stuff. I'm rewriting the whole thing. Can you believe it? The only reason I'm rewriting this whole thing is because I want to live in math world. And in math world, they're willing to rewrite stuff. If you rewrite stuff, even if you're not smart, you live in math world. Last one. We made it to the end. They're still looking, so they may want to learn, or they're like, all right, oh, not enough space? Sure, I'm going to move it up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Practicing so I can audition to be an algebra eventually. Here it comes. I just see some jokes and I need another teacher to say stuff about. Here we go, the G. I'm going to turn it into a Y. Maybe it can be Angela's. And then she could be like, ask me. And then I'd be like, what? And then.
Tom is so roasty.
Ooh, you're not supposed to use real names. What the heck? All right, here goes. Here he goes. Angela's. I thought that was not a real name. All right, here goes. There we go. We put that in there. All right, get ready, people. Here it comes. Here it comes. Switch places. And house. Y plus 3 over 2. That 2 is in the house. Let me see if I can make it really look that way. And just for those in the video, I think some people are already packing up. It sounded like it. All right, here comes. Get rid of the house. How do you get rid of the house? You square it. I'm going to do 2 things on the same line, even though I'm breaking some rules by doing that. But at least I said I'm going to do it, so at least they know I did it. To get rid of a house, the inverse of that is to raise it to the power that the radical is. If there's nothing there, the radical is automatically a 2. There's an invisible 2 there. Now, if you want to mess with your teacher, put a 2 in there. It's not wrong, but I'll make them want to tell you not to do it, or that you don't have to do it. You're like, no, that's cool. I like doing it. And then eventually they'll get upset and something will happen. There it goes. Everybody out the house. Y plus 3 all over 2. Ooh, this thing's about to finish now. The 2 is going to go from the bottom to the other side. The 3 is going to be subtracted from both sides. It's like seeing into the future. That's what I'm doing. Here goes. I'll use my terminology that I used to use a long time ago. We're going to, if something on the bottom of a fraction, you circle and draw up. Technically, you're multiplying 2 on both sides. It cancels over here. Shows up over here, but since it's going to do that every single time, why do it? Why not just take that 2 and put him where he's going to go, which is right there next to this x squared that now you can't see because it's in words. And now I'm left with y plus 3. I'm going to subtract that 3 from both sides, and I'll be done once I change the name. Here it comes. Minus 3 on both sides. We're already minus 3. Now I got a 2x squared minus a 3 equals a y by itself. I got to give that y a different name. It started with a G up here. It's not always G. I used to be a G, an OG. Yeah, that's funny. Until Sound your cat's missing. I'm recording. I'm just joking about the cat. I lost my cat last week. Sorry, it wasn't me. All right, let me finish this out. Here comes our last piece. That y is going to get a different name. You were originally a g. It has to be raised to a -1 power. That's the notation we say that means inverse. So that's not g to the -1 power. It's inverse, g inverse, I think we say. I haven't had to say it in a long time, but it's definitely not to the -1 power. Put this thing in a box. Pause so that they can look at it. Give them something to write on. The end.